think it's been hugely important. I mean, I was someone that I think, like a lot of us probably, that didn't grow up thinking I want to have a career in call centers and, you know, customer service and that sort of thing. And when I started, there were always different people I worked with that were happy to say, hey, I think you might be good at something else. Or, hey, we've got this thing that needs something to look at it. I'm going to give it to you. See what you can figure out. And people that were happy to be there along the way. So I've always appreciated someone that's willing to give you the space to do it, so you're not feeling like you're too much in a box, so you're being controlled on everything. But when you need to reach out and say, something's really not working, or I totally don't know what to do next, someone that's happy to say, great, let's sit down, let's look at it together. And for me, that's a big deal. So a lot of the different roles that I took along the way was because someone said to me, hey, have you thought about that? I think you could really be good at this. Or someone said, hey, maybe you don't have everything you need for this right now, but what's to lose? Take a shot and try it out. And so I think sort of more informal mentoring relationships, but when we think about how we're always looking to grow that next generation of people in our centers and our teams, that's where it comes from. Taking the time to know people well enough to know what their skills are and what they might be able to do, and taking the time to say, maybe you haven't considered this, but I think there's a match between you and this thing. How do we help you get there?
You've heard my story about, you know, kind of early mentorship when I was diagnosed with having ADD, and you know, was kicked out of school, and you know, to some extent was stamped as being deficient or in some way, shape, or form. And my dad, who, you know, was a professional mentor, on the door it said lawyer, but he was a professional mentor, and his thing was, you know, was very, very, like, you know, resonates, I think, with most people. He's like, you know, here, the guy, he's got the energy of 10 people, he's creative, he's bold, he doesn't know he can't do, so why do you want to put him on medications that would squash all of that? And so, you know, he said, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to teach him how to live with his blessing. We're going to teach him how to, you know, take his strengths and turn it into something that's useful. And so it's been, I was put on my first action plan when I was 11 years old, right? And not the kind to get you out of the company. That's what we think about an action plan. I was put on my first action plan, and my dad's, you know, whole philosophy, which you see now, the fixed versus the growth mindset, has become very big in school with Carol Dweck's work. And, you know, so my dad, like, she should have referenced him, because, you know, his was, we're all just a make work project. We're all just a work in progress. We're trying to be a better version of ourselves every day. And so I think that, you know, oftentimes you need a mentor to be able to do that. You can get that sometimes from lots of different places. I was fortunate enough to be reared in a home where, you know, that was the norm, right? And we are a make work project, and that's not a bad thing.
I'll always have people coming to me saying, I need a mentor. And then it's a lot of questions of, why do you need a mentor? Remember, it's a two-way street. You know, the mentor is getting as much out of it as the mentee. But really you have to go into the sessions to really understand, what do I want to get out of it? Be very open and very transparent in the conversations, and then it'll begin to flow. Trust, and absolute trust in those mentoring sessions is so important, so that both parties know kind of what information are you looking to gather, and how can I assist along the journey. I mean, I think it's extremely important, and it doesn't have to be as formal as, you are my mentor. Your mentor can be your parents, it can be your brother, it can be, you know, someone that you met, you know, in a different situation. You know, it's really about the questions and how you try and glean information from other people.
You work with so many different people on a daily basis, and you know, if you see an opportunity to help an individual along, or you got something to offer them, I reach out, or they reach out. So, and each relationship is different. What they need is different. And with the lessons I've learned along the way, so at least, you know, at least I can share that, share my network, share my knowledge of the organization, and listen as well. You know, most importantly, what is it that they are looking for, need, etc., and how can you guide them?
I think as I get older and you accomplish certain things career-wise and financially, and you know, you've had successes, it's actually becoming something I enjoy more. It gives me great personal satisfaction to be one-on-one with people and actually see them grow and accomplish. And as a consultant, one of the things I love about what we do at Switchgear, sorry about the shameless plug, but it's really that we do coaching programs. And coaching programs allows us to mentor people one-on-one, which we do. So there's operations managers and vice presidents and directors who we actually get to talk to one-on-one. And often we do it gratis because we just really like them and we think they're going to be successful with a little help. And in some cases it's part of a program, but it's just fun. It's more fun than, the two things that I find the most fun are mentoring people one-on-one and then delivering a workshop at the front of a room with 30 people who are enthusiastic.
Yeah.
That's the two best things in my life.